Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast for Saturday, October 30th, 2021. We have made it to the end of October, and when this one goes up, it'll once again be Halloween. Oh, goody. A time when ghosts, goblins, ghouls, and those little urchins come around for candy. Oh, all the fun times. I don't know who likes Halloween, but I'm just not a huge fan of it. But anyway, I digress. What am I going to talk about this week? Well, believe it or not, a Japanese civil servant was suspended for writing light novels on sick leave. Yeah, okay. Sure. I'll voice some concern about that. The first full live-action Cowboy Bebop trailer launched, and by God, it's still pissing me off. I can't even tell you enough. Nintendo is still screwing the pooch and just not... they're just still screwing the pooch, basically. Yep, people are complaining about the Nintendo Switch's online N64 games, and then they're even asking, is it worth the price? It would be a terrible deal, even if it did work properly. So, yeah, that's never a good sign. Idris Elba. Yes, if you were hoping that Knuckles was gonna be sexy, no. Unfortunately, we ain't getting sexy Knuckles. Damn. That almost sounds like a really bad love song, Sexy Knuckles. It does. Kyoto Animation has created the official poster for Tokyo Anime Award Festival 2022, and it looks so fucking beautiful. I mean, I'm blown away by this. And right now, I'm following a lot of Kyoto Animation stuff after, what happened to them. It's nice to give them some support and some love, and by God, they are really showing you that the phoenix can rise from the ashes. And I don't mean that how it sounded. Please don't take that as it sounded, but it is a literal metaphor of that. They are right now the literal metaphor of that. And Lego has passed on the awesome Zelda Hyrule Castle playset. Oh, this should be good. Yes, probably. I don't know, but either way, oh, my God, this really does look good. The Master Sword, Master Shield. Oh, man. Oh, well, there's probably a good reason. But anyway, all this and more this week on the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. But before we go any further, you know this song and dance by now, I'm sure. But we have some new stuff to get thrown into there. But I'll explain that when I talk about how my week went. So, you know the song and dance by now, I'm sure. ARHOADS-2012 over on eBay. Wide variety of stuff for sale. I recently just had some stuff sell, which was a miracle and actually quite nice. And believe it or not, you too can buy something. I mean, one person's trash is always another person's treasure on the worldwide flea market that is eBay. I mean, it's not a yard sale. This is a flea market, a worldwide flea market. And yes, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. So come check out eBay, and while you're there, come, stop by what I got. Check out what I got. That's ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. While you're out there surfing the information superhighway, swing on over to Social Media City and, hang out with me over in Twitterville and on the Web Designer 18 Facebook page. And my Twitter is @OtakuRoads, as always. But yes, come check us out. Well, at least check me out over on Twitter @OtakuRoads. And hang out with, at least check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page. We do have a Ko-fi page and another page that I'll be talking about when I talk about how my week went. But yes, don't forget, all this fun stuff is just one click away. But while you are here on the YouTube channel, while you're here listening to me, while you bake cookies or wait for the trick-or-treaters to knock on your door and spray you in the face with silly string, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for when new videos drop right here on the Absolutely Completely Random Podcasts YouTube channel, which is Web Designer 18. You thought I screwed that up there for a minute, didn't you? Yeah, I caught myself. I recovered. All right, so let's talk about how my week went. And honestly, this was a really somewhat decent week. So, for starters, last Friday was the last time I was going to be working for at least a week because car had to be inspected on Wednesday. Now, the car having to get inspected was a necessity because A, it's the only car we have, And B, it's the only mode of transportation that I have to get to and from work. So if it has to get inspected, and the only appointment I can get is 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's a day I have to work, let's put two and two together here, people. I'm not going to work. I'm going to have to call off because I got to get the car inspected. And it was the only appointment I could get, and it had to be done by the end of the month. So I don't think the acting store manager was too happy about that, which, first off, everybody in the world always has like a bad month or two that always hits them. For me, it's September and October, because September is when the registration always comes due, the renter's insurance comes due, and I'm prepping for trying to get the car inspected and preparing for the renewal of the car insurance. It's a pain in the ass being an adult, but especially for September and October, it is a royal nightmare for me. So I don't think she was too pleased about that. Well, I'm sorry. There's nothing I could do about it. The car needed to be inspected, and I had told her last Wednesday, which would have been the 20th, I said, I won't be here next Wednesday. The car's getting inspected, and it is the only appointment I could get. And it really, honest to God, was. Because the place where we used to take it to, we couldn't get a damn appointment because we didn't know if they were open or not. So I had to take it to another garage, and that was the only appointment I could get. And I was lucky because it was a cancellation that got me that appointment. So, yay, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. And before somebody out there goes, well, couldn't your mom have gotten up really early, dropped you off at work, and then came back up and picked you up? Well, yeah, we thought about that. And then there's also the possibility of, let's say the car isn't done by the time I'm done work, that I'm stranded at work. Do you see what I don't like about that? Yeah, because it would take me, I actually looked it up yesterday, it would take 5 hours for me to walk home. And there's a specific path that I would have to take, so I'd have to print out the directions, and there is a specific path that I would have to take to walk home from my job, and it would take me 5 hours. It would take me 5 hours to walk home. Granted, I would probably be extremely skinny after that because I doubt I would survive. It's 11.9 miles. I doubt I would survive, but I would, it'd be a 5 hour walk. A 5 hour walk. Last year I got a little winded walking home from the garage. And that was the garage we used to take it to, and that's like 2.5 miles. And it's all uphill. I had to walk uphill to go home. So yeah, no, that wasn't going to happen. So I don't think she was too happy about that, because then I had to take care of something else on Thursday. And because I had already looked at the schedule for this week, which would have been ending on the 30th, and I saw, I don't have to work on Friday. Cool, I can work on some of my other stuff. I can work on a couple things that I've been, haven't had the time to work on, and, look into a couple things that I haven't had a chance to look into. And, all right, I finally get some time to do this. And she's calling me up and asking me, well, can you come in Thursday? No. Well, can you come in Friday? No, because I had already made plans since I saw I didn't have to work. So I think I'm on the acting manager shit list now. But, yes, so that's always fun. I think I'm on her shit list. So that was just Wednesday and Thursday. Okay? Otherwise, this week's been nice. It really has. I did do a rant video on the Lightyear trailer that dropped. Not good. I do have a rant video for Loot Crate's Megatron, which I'm going to try to upload today. Try being the opportune word in that sentence. Yeah, I should be able to get that up today. But yes, so, yeah, at least try is the opportune word I want to use there. But, yeah, so, my week's been pretty good, except for the fact that my cold seems to be coming back because of the fucking changing weather every goddamn 10 minutes. So that's always fucking fun. But the thing I was alluding to. So, if you missed the announcement trailer on Thursday, which I'm guessing a lot of people probably did miss the announcement video, I now have Patreon for this channel. And I can hear some of you go, Andrew, what the hell? I thought you said you were never going to do Patreon. To be fair, I had already signed up for Patreon a while back and didn't go anywhere. This time, I signed up. I want to try to make the channel better. I really want to try to get the fuck out of my job, to be honest with you. But I want to try to make the channel better. And I only have one tier on it. It's only $5 a month. As I put it in the tier, it's basically the cost of a sandwich or a small coffee at Starbucks, from what I've been told. And I'm probably off on that too now. But it's the only tier I have. I might, like I said in the video, I might add another tier in. I don't know. I'm debating it. But for now, there's only one tier. It's only $5 a month. If you like to, pledge to be a Patreon on here, what you'll get is your name will be in the credits. I know I don't have that as one of the perks. I had to explain that in the thing. But yes, your name will be in the credits of every single video. Like if I do another rant, like if I do the rant videos, your name will be there. Podcast, your name will be there. Discussion videos, your name will be there. Any new series I start, your name will be there. It'll say, like, special thanks to the following patrons. Boom! Your name will be there. But yes, I started Patreon. If you want to check it out, there's only like 2 videos on there right now. Would have been the Q&A video that I put up, that went up yesterday, and the Lightyear trailer rant. So those are the only 2 videos that are up. It's patreon.com/webdesigner18. Come check me out. If you can pledge, cool. I appreciate it. If not, it's fine. It's not going to stop me from doing the channel. It honestly isn't. It's basically like Shippage's Starter Squad Patreon. It's not going to stop me from doing the stuff. It's just to try to help in a way. But yeah, so basically that's been my week. Leading up to today, it's pretty much been fun. I've actually a little better off than I was about a week ago. Although I did put a thing up on Facebook, and I know nobody's gonna see it because nobody knows my actual Facebook account, but not the Web Designer 18 one. But this is a fun little joke here I want to get off. So I'm looking, double checking my schedule for this coming week, and I'm like, okay, because I like my schedule for this week. I'm working from like 7 to 11 in the morning. That's fine. I'm fine with that. It's only 4 hours, yes, but to be honest, it's only a part-time job. And I like this schedule because I'm only at the store like an hour after it opens. That's fine. I don't have an issue with that. Having me there till like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, no, I have an issue with that. 12 o'clock, I have an issue with that. 11 o'clock, that's fine because usually, I'm going to say for like that hour, I'm either finishing up what I was working on or I'm cleaning something. I'm fine with that. I have no issue with that. I'm fine with that. So, and this is the best part, and I love this. So, there was as I'm like, I'm just kind of curious because you can see the open shifts that are available, and I'm like, I'm just kind of curious, and I'm really hoping to God it's a typo or whoever had that shift, because apparently somebody did when you looked at the team thing. I'm not going to say who it is because, well, obviously I don't even know who they are exactly, to be honest with you, but I pity them, and if they put this up because of that, I don't blame them one little bit. So there's a shift on there. It's 17 and a half hours from 12 p.m. to 6 in the morning. And when I said that to my mom, because I started laughing, she goes, "What's so damn funny?" And I'm like, God, I explained it to her. She's like, "What? Let's say that again?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, if you try working that, you're walking." And that's when I found out that it's like it'd be a 5-hour walk to work. Well, 4 hours and 1 minute if I take the direct route. 5 hours if I take the non-direct, slightly safer route. Either way, I have to walk through possible muggings and God knows what else. But yeah, so that's not happening. I am not in the mood to get mugged. But yes. It's just, I'm just not, no, that's not happening, basically, but yes, and I said that, I put that up on Facebook, and I'm kind of waiting to see what some of the replies are to that, because, honestly, I kind of feel like that would be a massive joke, like, nobody in their right mind should have to work 18 hours straight with 1 30-minute break. I think there's a labor law somewhere that would prevent that from happening. So that's why I'm like, I'm really hoping that A, that's a typo, or B, whoever put that up, because there was apparently one person that was supposed to be working that, and I'm like, I'm really hoping that they put that up because they saw it, and they're like nuts to this crap and just like, oh hell no, I'm not doing that. I don't blame them in the least if that's what they did, because I'd fucking do the same thing, to be honest with you. I would have done the same thing. But anyway, let's get into the podcast. It's gonna be a lot of fun this week. At least I'm looking forward to it this week. I really am. All right, so let's talk about this. Now, you're sick. You got to stay home. You got to stay in bed. You had no choice. Then, for me, this is the thing, because if I would get sick, like if I would come down with the disease that shall not be named, let's just call it that right now for what it is the disease that shall not be named. It's almost like the thing from Harry Potter, he who shall not be named. Oh yeah, Voldemort, shut the hell up, we're not supposed to name him. Yes, but basically, if you're sick, you're laid out on your ass. Now, you're supposed to be using this time, you're supposed to be sleeping, trying to recover, getting better. Here's the news flash. People will go stir crazy. When I was in elementary school, I remember the only couple times that I got to stay home was like kindergarten, first, second grade. Come third grade on, I never missed a day. And mostly because my grandparents would throw a fit if I was at fucking home. And they did a couple times. And it's like, just go to school. If my mom's saying, if you get the rest of the kids sick, they're just going to come after me anyway. So, but anyway, a Japanese civil servant was suspended for writing light novels on sick leave. So you take a break from your day job, and I apologize if I sound like I'm phlegmy. I'm a little stuffy this morning. If you take a break from your day job, you get a chance to work on your true passion. Do you want to be an artist? Do you want to mow a lawn? Do you want to, stem the perfect rosebud? I don't fucking know. And in all honesty, whatever, floats your boat and, makes you sleep at night. But anyway, but it doesn't always work out as one might hope. In the case of one 28-year-old civil servant in the Kanagawa Prefecture's Hirasuka City, he got hit with a 6-month suspension for writing light novels while on sick leave from his full-time position. So, first off, you're on sick leave. That means you're on sick leave. I'm not going to look at this and go, oh, I should be, I'm going to go stir crazy. Especially, if I would have the disease that shall not be named, from what I was told at work, it's an automatic 10 days. Okay, it's 10 days. Just because I would test positive for this disease that shall not be named, it'd be 10 days. All right, there we go. That cleared my nose out a little bit. I apologize. But that'd be 10 days. I'm going to go stir fucking crazy. I can't go anywhere, can't leave the house. I'm quarantined for 10 days. I'm going to go fucking nuts. Okay? And if I'm going to go nuts, I'm going to find something to do to keep me from starting to climb the walls like the thing from The Exorcist or act like, the guy from The Shining. Okay, I'm going to find something that's going to make me not go nuts. The man in question published 4 light novel books earning 3.2 million yen, or about $28,000 US. First off, goddamn. Shit, just from 4 light novels? Fuck! Hey, I should really look into writing again. From the works. Unfortunately, this broke the Local Public Service Act, so his employer suspended him for 6 months without pay. Rather than taking the punishment, however, the employee opted to quit his job completely. In all honesty, I'm going to... Yeah, actually, that's probably not a bad idea, because in the long run, after the suspension's done, he would probably have to dot all of his I's and cross all of his T's. And that's honestly the bad sign in this, because that is the thing. You get suspended from your job. They bring you back, then you're usually on probation then again. You're basically a newbie. And you have to dot all your I's, cross all your T's. You show up, you clock in 1 second late, they'll fire your ass. You clock in a minute early, they fire your ass. You're sitting in the parking lot, they'll fire your ass. It's that mentality. Because you're on suspension. That means that, we suspended you. We don't trust you anymore. Yeah, I would. No offense, I would do the same thing because first off, if you wrote 4 light novels and you made 3.2 million yen from 4 light novels, tell me your secrets. I want to learn, Yoda. Please tell me. Teach me the ways, master. All right, all joking aside, though. But yeah, according to the Local Public Service Act, government employees aren't allowed to hold a separate part-time job, which could get in the way of their government work. Civil servants are allowed to take on writing activities, even those that offer payment. But in this case, the issue was that the man was on sick leave and was thus already earning a salary from his full-time job. Okay. I can understand you're not allowed to take on part-time work if you have a full-time job. Yes, because you have a full-time job, then you're going to try to do a part-time job, and then you're going to be exhausted to do your full-time job, and then you're liable to die for your part-time job. Yeah, I can understand that. People could get hurt. I get that. That one's understandable. It really is. But, yes, a little weird there. Anyway, the civil servant was busted thanks to an anonymous tip that came through to Harasuka City back in June, kicking off an investigation into the matter. The result found that he had written 4 books, posted 256 stories on a web novel site, and used Twitter to promote his books over 10,000 times. The employee thought he didn't need permission to write his books, saying, "There are many writers who write novels while working as civil servants." Representatives of Harasuka City apologized for the extremely regrettable situation, promising to restore trust and prevent this from happening again. As for who the writer is, the Japanese press hasn't disclosed his identity or the titles of his novels at this time of writing. Basically, he's anonymous. He's a ghost. He's second cousin to Harvey the Rabbit, basically. And in all honesty, I doubt they ever really will disclose it, because then people will probably go to him and go, like I just said, teach me the ways, master. Yes, but I mean, like I said, I can understand, okay, you can't really have a full-time job and a part-time job. I get that. But if this is something that's like secondary income, with the way shit's going up in price lately, I would welcome any extra influx of money. And I would just look at him and go, look, okay, he's being a little proactive. He's getting, he's getting out there. He's getting some extra cash coming in. Yeah. Oh, okay, we're just going to suspend you. In all honesty, like I said, he made the right call. I'm sorry to say it. He kind of made the right call of leaving. I'm really, honest to God, I'm not going to lie about that. Because in all honesty, I would have did the same thing. I would have looked at that and I would have said, fuck this, I'm done. Because at that point, like I said, you come back, dot all your I's, cross all your T's. It's basically no better than stealing. Like, you get accused of stealing, they suspend you, they launch an investigation, they find that you are in fact innocent, they apologize, yet that air of uneasiness is never gone. It is now a permanent fixture. You don't trust them, they don't really trust you, and like I said, you basically got to dot all your I's, cross all your T's. You put one hair out of line, they fire your ass. They'll fire your ass. That's it. I should make that as a shirt. They'll fire your ass. Hey, I'm gonna fire your ass. Yeah, that should be the shirt I should make. Fire your ass. Yeah. That would be pretty good. But anyway, yeah. I mean, like I said, it's a little weird in a way, but at the same time, yeah, like I said, I get it. But I would be more or less curious who the hell sent the tip in. So obviously that person was probably thinking, I'm not happy with how they're doing this. I'm a little pissed off that they're successful and I'm not. And they probably did that tip just to get them busted to level the playing field. And if that's the case, that's scummy as fuck. I mean that's scummy as hell. But yeah, I feel sorry for him in a way, but figure it this way: if you love writing, and I'm not gonna lie about this, if you love doing something, if you make your hobby into a job, or you do something that you love, it's not a job at that point. You're doing something that you love. You love writing, you're really good at it, which obviously from the sales you must be. If you're really good at it, just go for it. Go for it. I go for it. I mean, if you're really good at it, go for it. You might make a better living off of that than you were as a civil servant. To be honest with you. I mean, you might. I don't know. Well, if you're passionate about something, go for it. But yeah, that's you gotta admit that's a new one. Fired for writing light novels on sick leave. Whatever. All right, so the first full live-action Cowboy Bebop trailer dropped, and honest to God, it didn't do it for me. Because I watched Angry Joe's reaction for it. I mostly watched Alex's reaction in that. Because Joe's like, well, OJ has never seen the show. Angry Joe kind of knows the show. And Alex is a huge fan of the show. And Alex is like, I'm just waiting to see how they're going to bastardize this. And the look on his face was priceless. Honest to God, it was priceless. But the official trailer is dropped for it. The series is starring John Cho, Daniela Pinda, and I know I'm mispronouncing some people's names here, Mustafa Shakar, and it won't be long until we get access to it for ourselves. You're getting it on November 19th. Yeah, I'm not happy that Netflix is once again taking a classic series, and this is a cult classic, and I kind of feel like anything that is a cult classic status, if it has that cult classic status, it should never be touched. It is like a mafia wife. Do not touch. It is a cult classic for a reason. That means it is loved by people. It is still loved by people. No matter what happens, it is still loved by people. Do not touch. It is a mafia wife. Do not touch. Here you go. And Netflix is just touching it again. And it's like, Netflix is just touching it in its special place, and it needs an adult. It's like Pokemon. It needs an adult. But yes, so you've seen photos, behind-the-scenes shoots, the gimmicky teasers, that stupid Lost session that they did. Yeah. But it's finally time to see what's up. The live-action Cowboy Bebop series, first season's dropping on November 19th. You can see nearly 3 minutes of footage for a better idea of what to expect. Yeah, no. I'm not happy about this. I'm still not happy about this. From the trailer, it looks like they're going to do like some shot-for-shot remakes. They're adding in some different shit in there. There's no Edward in the trailer, so I'm assuming that Edward's not going to be in it. And apparently people don't like Edward. There's some people that do like Edward. I thought Edward was a really great addition to the team. Because you got to realize, this series is dark as fuck. Okay, this is a dark series. You're talking about murders. There was an episode where Spike was being hunted down by an insane clown. Okay? And he ended up beating the clown by jamming, I think it was like a piece of wood or something, into the clown's gun arm or gun hand. And it caused the clown to get hurt. And then he got trampled by a parade. I shit you not. That is exactly how it happened. Okay? This series touches on a lot of dark stuff. And what Edward brought to the table was that small little, relief of the tension. Otherwise, this thing would bog you down in 30 seconds. You watch 3 of those episodes with the heavy overtones, bam, you're on the ground in a fetal position crying next to that little sapling. And with Edward, she brought, the uniqueness that the series needed. She brought, oh, hey, this isn't a bad thing. There's a bit of stuff here to lift the tension. It's like, okay, let's lift up the tension. And they did a beautiful job of this. And this was the mismatch that has gone down in history. That's why it's a cult classic. This thing is just so damn good. And Netflix is just going to bastardize it because, of course, they are. It's Netflix. They bastardize everything. Look at Evangelion. Look at Death Note. they're gonna fuck One Piece to the ass, and they want to screw Pokemon. Just look at what Netflix has done with the anime properties that it has gotten its hands on, that they have done live action adaptations for, and just regular shit for. And it is a prime example of this is why Netflix should not touch this. Netflix should never touch this. They should never touch anything animated. I'm sorry. I think Netflix, I think it's like an upgraded version of Cinemax. That's what I always envisioned with Netflix. It's like an upgraded version of like HBO and Cinemax. That's what I always thought of when I first heard Netflix. Now it's, oh, Netflix, that's where everything good goes to turn into garbage. It's just, I'm not happy that Netflix has their hands in this one. I like how Alex was like, are they just gonna, shove everything out there at one time like they usually do, or is this going to be we're gonna break it up week by week? If they break it up and do week by week, you're just end it after the first season and be done with it. No, because they're planning, well, this could be like 2-3 seasons, because it's standalone stories that are continuation to the canon. And as I said in my rant video, there is no continuation to the canon needed. All that you need for the canon is one question that we never got fucking answered. Is Spike alive or dead at the end? That's the only question we really want answered. The rest of it, we don't need to know. It ended beautifully. We the fans just want to know, did Spike live or die? That's all we really want to know. That's it. Otherwise, it's fine. But no, it's going to be, we can continue on to the canon. What continuation of the canon? You're just trying to branch it off into its own little thing off of the main line. Like, here's the main timeline, and you're just trying to branch it off into other shit because, we have the ability to do this. There's a whole bunch of gaps in there. There's gaps in there because it helps to add to the, hey, we really are fucked. We're broke off our ass. We're barely making ends meet here. What are we going to do? Oh, we're going to barely survive. That's what we're going to do. And it's like, you're not going to watch it week by week by week. Like, the next day, yeah, we're still broke. The next day, yeah, we're still broke. The next day, woohoo, we caught a bounty. The next day, yeah, we're broke again. Stuff happens. It's nice having a couple months later, we're still flat broke, even though we did kind of catch the bounty, and we used it to make repairs because the Bebop was falling apart, and we bought some food, and we haven't had work in weeks. That worked for this show. This, I feel like it's going to be too campy. I feel like it's going to be way too, what's a good word for saying idiotic? Screw it. It's just going to be idiotic, I fear. I fear they're just going to bastardize this, and I'm agreeing with Alex from the Angry Joe Show. I think they're just going to bastardize this, and at the end of the day, it's going to be god-awful, and I'm looking at this and I'm going, why? Just answer me why it is you feel the need to bastardize Cowboy Bebop. When the stuff started leaking out, the fans were not happy about it. When you had the Japanese fans pissed, the reactions were not great. That should have been a red flag to you, Netflix. Hey, wait a minute. Whoa, we got to back this up here. I don't give a crap if they have the actual creator of the series whispering in their ear. I am going to quote the reaction trailer or video from Angry Joe again, because Alex made the comment, well, you had George R.R. Martin, I think it was, he said Tolkien. I think it was Martin, whispering in the ear of Game of Thrones. You got them whispering in the ear for this other thing, but the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Everything is, good, has good intentions, but the road to hell is always paved with good intentions, because your good intentions are quickly going to go bad, fast. Yeah, so like I said, the road to hell is always paved with good intentions. It's just a matter of how bad it's going to be. This one, I fear, is really just, at the end of the day, god-awful. I'm worried that they are going to bastardize it so badly it isn't funny, and it hurts that they're going to. I liked the way that it felt from the anime's point of view. I think they've made it way too bad in this. And then, to make matters worse, you also have the whole, how apparently Netflix was like, no, we're not able to do a phase outfit. It's impossible to do. And then you literally have cosplayers from, according to the reaction trailer again, according to them, there's cosplayers from like the last decade and a half that are like, you're idiots. It's not that difficult. No, we don't want to make her too sexy. We have our asses in a sling right now for making shit too sexy. Your asses are in a sling for one thing. Their asses are still in a sling from that cuties thing. There's so much wrong with this. I don't even know where to start. But you saying, quote, we're in up shit creek for making things too sexy makes me think you're not trying. Or you're looking at this like, well, we could make the outfit, but then people would think that we're being way too close to the series. You are too close to the series. I personally think there should be a restraining order between you and any anime property of at least 10 million yards. I'm not even joking on that. And by the way, for those of you, that's a good question. What is 10 million yards in miles? Hold on, let me check that. Hold on. 10 yards to miles. So that'll be 5,681 miles. You know, I don't think that's far enough, but I'll take that as a start. But yeah, no, I think Netflix just royally screwed the pooch on this one, and it hasn't even come out yet. And I'm just, if you want to make a science fiction series that's inspired by Cowboy Bebop, go for that. You're making Cowboy Bebop live action. Not every anime needs to be live action. I did say this years ago, that science fiction would work if it's done right. There are a few things that could work if they're done right. Rurouni Kenshin worked because it's a samurai flick. It's basically a samurai show or a samurai movie. Nobody's going to argue that. Those things do well. If you have a space opera, you need to make the space opera work. Don't just go, oh, we're going to take Cowboy Bebop, throw the basic Cowboy Bebop stuff in there, and go, yeah, we're good. It's Cowboy Bebop. People love Cowboy Bebop. Yes, they love Cowboy Bebop. This has them worried. Live action adaptations have not gone that great, especially with you at the helm. They have not gone that well. Then again, your anime adaptations have not gone that well. Again, look at Neon Genesis Evangelion. So, yes, I'm worried as hell about this. Cowboy Bebop's one of my favorite series. It's old school. It's a cult classic. And like I said, I feel like anything that has the cult classic status should not be touched. It is a mafia wife. Do not touch. Do not touch. Okay? It is a mafia wife. You don't touch it. But no, what the hell do I know? I mean, I'm just an idiot behind a microphone, squawking nonsensical bullshit. What do I know, right? Okay, if you've ever been out on Twitter, I'm sure that you've seen this meme. There's a meme that has gone around. It's just a GIF of it too, with the subtitles. It's from a show called Lazy Town. And for those of you that have never heard of that show, first off, I understand that. I'm not going to say, pull your head out of your ass, pull your head out of the stand. It's understandable. That actually is a show that you could have slept on and never heard of it. I'm being honest. It starred, it had Stephen Carl Stephenson in it, the man that passed away. I did a thing about a few podcasts ago, like a while ago when he passed away. He played Robbie Rotten, and the show was basically, it had like really sort of creepy puppets, and like 3 humans in it. You had Sporticus, which was the hero. You had Stephanie, who was the active girl that came to live with her uncle, who's the mayor. And you had Robbie Rotten. And one of the episodes, they were pretending to be pirates. And you had Robbie Rotten as the pirate. You had Stephanie as a pirate. There's Ziggy. Can't think of the one who's like, it's mine all the damn time. Yeah, they just had all the freaking puppets. I can't think of all their names. Honest to God, I can't, because I barely remember watching the show when it was on Nickelodeon. I just remember it's like, oh, here, I'm just going to, snooze through this. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm still a little sleepy. I'm just going to snooze here for a little bit. And it's just on in the background. So, there's an episode, like I said, they're all pirates. And there's this thing, they do this little song, Yar har fiddle-dee-dee, just being a pirate's all right. And it's like, you are a pirate. And that has been a meme all over the internet for a while. And when you listen to Nintendo's Switch Online bullshit, you instantly, once again, want to go grab the pirate hat and go, you are a pirate, because piracy is going to come back with this. And this is freaking true. So, the Nintendo Switch Online atrocity. It's not even a good thing anymore at this point. It is an atrocity. So players are having tons of complaints about Nintendo Switch's online N64 games. Controller lag, frame rate trouble, bad button layout plagues the Switch Online expansion pack, which, even if it would work properly, is still a terrible deal. So this is the entire deal, and this is two articles it's one topic, but it's two articles. So Nintendo's rolled out one of the upgraded Nintendo Switch Online goes so very poorly. It's a bigger question hovering over it all. Even if it had launched with properly ported games, functioning control schemes, and no input lag, would it be worth the price? No. It's pretty much the answer is, from pretty much any angle, a hard nope. Yeah, no, this is a joke. So basically, it's always been having this weird-ass relationship. Nintendo has always had this really sort of piss-poor mentality when it comes to their classic games. I mean, they came out with the NES Classic, the SNES Classic, and then all of a sudden it just stopped. Because then I guess they figured, hey, instead of us paying to make a plastic shell to put a Raspberry Pi in that's running an emulator, why don't we just put them all up on the Switch, and then people just pay us extra money to get them? And just pay us a month to get the right to play them. Screw making an actual standalone console. Whereas people, and this is the fun part, because there was a person online that did a how to make a Nintendo GameCube case. Like how to 3D print one of those. Somebody did one. And they actually had down in the comments, I can't find the video anymore. I was looking for it after I started reading this. I was looking for the article. I was looking for the video, and I couldn't find it. So I don't know if they deleted it or if I'm just not looking hard enough. But they said what their end game result for that was going to be is they were planning to stick a Raspberry Pi in there, and they were going to run GameCube games off of it. Like, they were literally going to run Nintendo GameCube games. And I'm like, that's fucking sweet. And the person's like, for them to make it, for them to 3D print the case and get it looking nice, there's going to be, separate parts so they could pop it off so they could, put in the Raspberry Pi and they could assemble everything. Then it was going to all come back together. There was going to be some screw holes and stuff, apparently. And the person's like, this is going to be really good. But Nintendo just was like, we're not going to make those anymore. We're not going to make this, classic bullshit. We can just put it up online. Why pay to put an emulator in a plastic shell when we can just put it up on our Switch console on a virtual online store and charge you a subscription price? And yes, that's exactly what they fucking did. So the idea was to broaden its scope, including access to the ever-growing collection of N64 and Sega Genesis games. Yay, was everybody, before learning how much the damn thing was going to be. It was going to be double the price, or at least more than double the price of what it already was. And what's scummy as hell about this is that there are literally people out there, you can just fucking go out and get an emulator. It's literally the same concept. You can just go get an emulator, put your favorite games on, and go down. In fact, if you even have the games, you can dump the ROMs, and there you go. It's the same fucking concept. And Nintendo's charging you double the freaking cost. Yeah, you could pay for a month or 3 months from the previous. It's $50 a year. $50 a year. A year! And you don't even get that many good games in it. You have like at least Mario Kart 64, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, Super Mario 64, Mario Tennis, Dr. Mario 64, and Star Fox 64. That's what you get. At least that's just a few of them anyway. Yeah, this is just a joke. But then you also get some Sega Genesis stuff in there. Castlevania Bloodlines, Golden Axe, Strider, Gunstar Heroes, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, Contra Hardcore. That's just a few. And then Nintendo's like, $50 a year, you can play these games. But instead of just, thinking, hey, maybe we should come out with a piece of plastic. Let's get some filament. Let's 3D print this stuff, press and mold this shit. We still, the NES Classic and the SNES Classic sold like gangbusters. If you can make them cheap enough that you're making a decent profit off of each one, include in that, because it's basically an emulator in a fucking shell. That is all the NES Classic and the SNES Classic were. It was an emulator inside of a plastic shell. It was basically a Raspberry Pi inside of a plastic shell. That's all it was. And just, give them the shell, sell them that, and inside of it, you have like some built-in games. But if you want to access the entire library, that's when they could have said, hey, for $50 a year, you can access it from this via this. I guarantee you people probably would have been like, hey, that's not a bad idea. Sucker them in with the extra add-on, and they probably would have been fine with this. You're doubling the price of what your original Switch Online thing is to accommodate for this expansion pack. No. Yeah, so it's freaking weird. Most people, they don't think most people would have objected to a $5 price increase at the next renewal, $25 a year. To get access to the NES, SNES, N64, and Genesis games, alongside all the online gaming features gate-kept by this fee. Would have been far easier to swallow, especially in a world where, let's face it, you can pick up game devices from Amazon for the same $50, preloaded with every Genesis game ever made, and basically keep it forever. And it's true. You can get a freaking... Effectively, I think they even have GameCube ones. Hold on, let me check. I'm mostly going with the GameCube. I know it's N64, but I'm worried that this is going to be the next thing. I'm worried this is going to be the next thing that they're going to screw. It's going to be the GameCube shit. And if that's the case, that really does worry me. Let's see here. GameCube. GameCube. I don't know. Let's try this. Okay, they're just actually selling the GameCube. Wow, holy shit. Whoa! Holy hell. Wow, they're, damn. Yeah, those things really jumped in price. But yeah, it's basically just a plastic shell. No, they don't have any for the GameCube. So let me check the Genesis. G-E-N-E. Okay, let's check the Genesis thing here. Yeah, 201 game cartridge, 16-bit. So they got like game cartridges. They have other stuff in here. Yeah. Why bother getting, why bother paying Nintendo? Plus, you also have, like I said, the emulators. Raspberry Pis are not that expensive to get. I mean, you could get those for like $10 on eBay. You can get like you can get the entire thing to make your own Raspberry Pi on eBay for like 10 to $15, and then just get that. Get yourself a heavy-duty flash card or heavy-duty SD card. Pop that baby on there, or even just a heavy-duty flash drive. Pop that baby on there, and there you go. There's your emulator. There's your games. You're in business. Have a nice day. And the whole thing costs you what? Especially because a lot of those N64 games, they're barely... I think the largest one that I've seen, because I was looking up like how big these games were, like size-wise for the files. I think the largest one I saw was like maybe 200 megabytes. And I'm just like, what? I was shocked by that. I was like, what? But yeah, but that's just, for the Switch Online, it's not worth the price. But now we have the controller issues, the lagging, the frame rate issues. This is insanity here. So their expansion pack for its existing $20 a year updated to $50 a year then. Yeah, no. Not a good thing. Almost immediately, though, social media started filling up with examples of technical shortcomings, emulation woes, and button layouts that prove there is no God. Well, not when it comes to gaming and it's Nintendo. No, there probably isn't. Once again, calls into question exactly what people are getting in exchange for Switch's online new premium price tier. You're getting Nintendo sticking their hand up your ass and saying, "Smile, bitch." That's what you're getting. It's basically, we're like, hey, you want those games? We don't really want you going to the illegal emulators. This is basically that entire drug dealer thing all over again, where you have the crack dealer on one part of the street, and across the street there's the other crack dealer, and you're looking at the people standing in the street like, man, I don't know which one to buy from. You go, no, don't buy from him. His is illegal. Mine's legal. Mine's good. His is bad. Buy mine. And that's what this is. And whereas that person over there is probably giving away for nothing or next to nothing, you're charging $50 a year. That's what this is. And it is disgusting as hell. So, there is a picture, there's a tweet up from Stop Skeletons from Fighting, or at Stop Skeletons basically, and it's Ocarina of Time, the N64, the Wii Virtual Console, and the Switch. And you're looking at all three of those, and I'm like, well, the Switch one really does look bad, but the N64 one actually looks pretty good. This is just, weird as hell. But players are getting access to, this is what you get, though, too, for your $50 a year. Because I'm pretty sure the N64 has more than 9 games. So yeah, you get 9 N64 games and 14 Sega Genesis games. So that's a grand whopping total of 23 games for $50 a month. For $50 a year. How many N64 games exist, actually? I'm just curious. N64. I'm just curious how many N64 games. 393 N64 games, and you're giving them 9. 9! In this case, this is actually the German for no. 9! 9 games! Out of 393, 9 games. How many Genesis? Oh, God. I'm worried now. Total Genesis. GE. I am worried now. How many? 713! What happened to the other 699? 713 Genesis games. 713. 713 Genesis games. 393 N64 games. And you're giving them a grand total of 23 games. 393 and all right, hold on. I'm gonna hate myself for doing this, but I gotta do this quick. Hold on. I don't feel like doing any Andrew math this morning because my mind's not. 1,106 games total between the two systems. And you're giving them 23 games. So where are the other 1,083, you miserable excuse for a gaming company now? Where's the other 183? Or where's the other 1,083 games? That's what I want to fucking know. Where are the other games? This is pathetic. But yes, this is just 14 Sega Genesis games out of 713, and 393 N64 games, you're only getting 9. No, this is bullshit. Yeah, no. Screw that. Nuts to this. People really wanted to play Ocarina of Time. Really? On their portable Switches. Really? There was a call for that? Then why did Nintendo just come out with that and just pop it into the online store and just keep it at $20 a year? No, we're gonna screw you. Fast forward to a little over a week after the price reveal, and it looks like Ocarina of Time and other late 90s games are running less than perfectly on the modern hardware. Yeah, no shit. Compared to the game's infamous Water Temple, oh, this should be good. The latest version of the game, fog draws, distances, and water textures are worse on the Switch version. Oh my god, yeah, they are. Jesus Christ. That's just, oh my god, that is bad. Wow. Oh, that is bad. Ooh, wow, that's horrible. Yeah, no. You're clipping around, you're screwing things up, there's input lag. The expansion pack isn't, just the ability to play classic N64 games. No, it's basically you screw people and you play them online. Ooh, I can play them online. I can multiplayer Zelda, which is a single-player game? Oh my god, wait, I can get my friends to help me try to conquer the Water Temple in Ocarina of Time? A single-player game? Come on! This is pathetic. This is sad. This is just wrong. But the original N64 controllers had 6 buttons. On the right side, you had the B, A, 4 directional C buttons. Since the Switch only has 4, the B and A button remain the same, while the X and Y are mapped to 2 of the C buttons. And this is creating issues because B and A placement on the Switch is perpendicular to the placement of the original N64. So if this was supposed to be for the people that wanted to play Ocarina of Time on their Switch, and they're used to playing it with the N64 controller, now they're just as screwed. Yeah, no. 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 Look. Nintendo, this is a stupid idea. Take it as a loss and walk away. Just walk away now while you still have a chance. Because this point, this is a mistake. It's a huge mistake. And you really need to readjust your priorities. Over 1,100 games, and you're giving them 23 total. Nope. Just no. Just no. Okay, so when you think of Knuckles the Enchata, you're thinking what? Red, fists, has a hard-on for the Chaos Emerald, for the Master Emerald. You're just thinking, this badass character from Sonic. You're not thinking sexy. You're not thinking, oh yeah, I want to get with Knuckles tonight. No, you're not thinking that. Well, you better not be thinking that when it comes for the new Sonic movie. In Sonic 2, according to Idris Elba, his Knuckles voice isn't going to be sexy. Nope. He's not going to be bringing sexy back. Not to Knuckles. So, this is just ironic, though. So if you thought casting Idris Elba in Sonic the Hedgehog 2 would pave the way for sexy Knuckles, I mean, we've already had Ugandan Knuckles, which I always love. Do you know the way? Do you know the way? Do you know the way? No, I don't know the way, Knuckles. Tell me the way, Knuckles. Tell me the way. Come on. Well, unfortunately, though, if you were hoping for sexy Knuckles, you gotta think again. As smooth as Elba is, he may be not doing it. Yeah, no, he's not. He recently spoke to Screen Rant to break the news to everyone that he won't be doing that for the vibe of the upcoming sequel. While there are certainly many people out there who would say, protesting with giant vigor, that Knuckles is already sexy, it's what the fuck is an Enchata anyway? I mean, the sad thing is I've actually seen a chinchilla, and I thought that was ugly as hell. And what the hell is an Enchata? I swear to God, if that's supposed to be a chinchilla, I'm even more scared. Yeah. Here's what Elba had to say, though, about his portrayal of the Enchata. What the fuck is an Enchata, by the way? Did somebody tell me what this is? I don't want to Google it. Honestly, I cannot say contractually. I cannot say anything. But I won't say, but I wouldn't say he was sexy. I don't think I'm going for that. That's for sure. So Elba isn't going for Sexy Knuckles. Okay, great. We're not getting Sexy Knuckles. The movie's set to premiere on the U.S. April 8th of next year. Unless, they drop a trailer and it sucks, in which case they're probably going to change it again. Like I said with the Sonic one, if they would have did it like a week later, and they would have tried to ride it like a week later, less than 24 hours. And I actually did look it up too again. It was less than 24 hours. That to me screams we had it planned. Yeah. So he may not be going for sexy when he voices Knuckles, but somehow we find it doubtful that he won't find a way to make it sexy. I mean, it's not like he's going to come out there and start singing Barry Manilow. Or no, sorry, not Barry Manilow. Start going Barry White here. That's not happening. No. Knuckles ain't going to be dropping no, you'll never find. No, that's not going to happen. And I want to get copyright stuff. But yeah, he's not going to be dropping shit like that. No. But you got to wait, though, until you actually hear what he's pulled out for the movie when it premieres. Well, we're not going to get to hear him in a trailer? Come on, that would be the best thing. Get him in a damn trailer. Hear his voice coming out of Knuckles in a trailer. That'll get more people that'll want to see this movie. You need to get people's asses in those seats to make the money. And that's not going to happen if they don't know what Knuckles is sounding like. It's like, oh yeah, Knuckles is just going to stay there. What are you going to pull another Lightyear and go to infinity and then that's where it fucking blue balls your ass? No, Knuckles, you got to hear what he sounds like. It's not going to be sexy? Fine. We don't get sexy Knuckles. I don't care about sexy Knuckles. I don't even know what the hell an Enchana is. But I don't care. Oh, he's not going to be sexy. That's fine. I thought Knuckles was annoying, to be honest with you. And I'm going to get shit for that, but I did. I thought Knuckles was an annoying character. I always did. Sometimes he worked out really well. Sometimes he saved the day. But most of the time, I always just felt like he was that dim-witted friend that you always have by your side just because you feel sorry for him. And I kind of feel like that's what Sonic always did. It's like, oh, come here, Knuckles. You're not that, well, okay, you are pretty dim, but you're still my friend. That's how I always felt with Knuckles in a way, but yeah, no. So, no sexy Knuckles. We're not getting sexy Knuckles, unfortunately. Oh, well. Idris Elba still voicing Knuckles, we're just not getting sexy Knuckles. Well, I can live with that. Somehow I can live with that. Okay, so as I alluded to in the introduction, so Kyoto Animation has created the official poster for Tokyo Anime Awards Festival 2022. And first off, I'm really, really happy to see Kyoto Animation really coming back after what happened to them. And like I said, I didn't mean it to come out that way, but if you actually think about it, they are the perfect example of that. And I honestly mean no disrespect. I did not mean that to be taken the wrong way. I'm being sincere with that. They are literally the embodiment of the phoenix rising from the ashes. For those of you that don't remember or just like completely missed the boat on this because you didn't know, there was an arson attack at Kyoto Animation's one studio over in Japan, and it resulted in the death of many people. And the building has been torn down, so don't go looking for it. The people in the neighborhood really do not want you walking around going, hey, this is where it used to be. Don't do that. Please be respectful. It was a truly, truly sad moment. My heart actually dropped that day when I saw it on the news. It hurt a lot. I'm not going to lie. But yes, I am really happy to see that they are picking themselves up and they are really coming back. They are rising like the phoenix from the ashes. And honestly, it is really good to see. So the Tokyo Anime Award Festival 2022 isn't set to take place until next March, but they've already revealed their main image. A very detailed and quirky poster, and is the brainchild and hard work of animators from Kyoto Animation. The whole poster, you can see it here in the article. It is beautiful. I'm not even joking. It is quirky. It's all over the place, but it's so beautiful. It really is. I'm not even joking. You got to see it for yourselves. I think it is beautiful. I really do. To make sure everyone's on the same page of what this image is supposed to be about, Kyoto Animation explained, the concept behind the main visual that we created was to express a scene on how anime may have been produced in the atmosphere of old Japan, the Edo, the Meiji, and the Taisho eras. In addition, the subject matter is not based on the current digital production process that has become the mainstream in anime studios today, but rather the old-fashioned cell animation production, which, for those of you that don't know, that was a pain in the ass. You can pull up videos on how they used to do that. I watched a few of those, and believe me, I felt sorry for the animators. I really did. I think they were grossly underpaid for that. But yeah, so any digitalization has progressed in recent years, or as digital progression has progressed in recent years, the number of staff who have experienced in cell animation production has been decreasing. For example, the knowledge of knowing to tap the cell with a spatula from the back side of the cell to remove air bubbles after the painting process isn't common anymore. This is what the woman in the upper right corner of the main visual is doing. Go up here to the upper right corner, and you can see it. And yes, it like I said, this is really good. They really did a good job with this. Yeah, this is really good. Yeah. So, comedy more. Okay. The illustration is exaggerated, deformed, and simplified, but in actuality, the visual has a focus based in such realism. Creating this illusion was a fun process that allowed us to feel the animation work of our predecessors and also to think about the future. We hope that this main visual will add a little color to the Anime Award Festival 2022. And honestly, I'm happy with this. I really am. This is like I said, this is really good. And they do go on here in the article, Kyoto Animation is one of Japan's most loved and successful animation studios, and it really is. Hokua is one of my favorite anime series that they came out with. There's the Melancholy of Haruhi Shizumiya. They did K-On! There's a lot. They have a list. They have a reputation that precedes them. And you hear, hey, Kyoto Animation's coming. You throw out the red carpet. You throw out, you pull the good shit out of storage, you dust it off, and you make it look like they are going to be treated like royalty just being in your presence. That is how good these people are. After being attacked by an arsonist in 2019, Kyoto Animation has been gradually getting back on its feet and doing what it can to honor those who were killed. This poster shows that the love of animation continues to be important to them in all of its creativity. And like I said, I mean no disrespect by it, they are literally the embodiment of the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's like, they were attacked by the arsonist, it scarred them, and they have come back from that. They are still struggling to get back on their feet. They are, working and doing it gradually, but they are literally the embodiment of the phoenix rising from the ashes. This is really a good thing for them, and I'm really, like I said, I follow a lot of their stuff right now, keeping up to date on it to make see what they're up to, and honestly, I love this. I think this is just really beautiful. This is really well done. The poster is just, I kind of want this. I kind of want this as a wall poster that I can hang somewhere. That's how beautiful this is. Can they sell this to people? I want to buy one of these. I make the proceeds go to charity. I don't care. I want to buy one of these just so I can hang it somewhere. This is beautiful. It's honestly is. And nothing you will ever see is ever going to take this place. This is really good. You look at this, you see the massive amount of shit going on, the fact that it's all kind of flowing together into one thing. It is just really, really well done. I'm speechless, to be honest with you. I really am. This is just that beautiful. It's greatly done. It's beautiful. It really is. It's beautiful. I love it. Yeah, like I said, if you get a chance, check it out. It's in the article here. You can see the whole poster. Seriously though, I would really love, is this going to be available Is this seriously going to be like available as a poster or something? Because I want to buy this. Look, I'm broke as hell, and I kind of want to buy this just to hang somewhere. This honestly is like a calming sort of, chaotic event that's going on. It's calming in a way. I want to buy this. Is there a way to buy this? Somebody out there, if you're listening to this, the Tokyo Anime Award Festival people, is this going to be available to buy? Please tell us, because I want to buy it. I want a poster of this. I want one of these hanging on a wall. I want to get this. I want to frame it. I want to hang it on a wall. This is beautiful. Okay, I mean it. This is beautiful. I want to buy one of these. I want to hang this on the wall. It is that beautiful. I want to hang it on a wall. Please tell me it's going to be available as a poster. You can buy. You can get it like online or something. I will fucking buy it. Please tell me. Please, I want to. That is just. I can't put it into words. I honestly can't. It is just so cool and calming at the same time, even though it looks completely chaotic. It just fills you with this like sense of calmness in a way. It is just so beautiful. I don't know why. But yeah, please tell me this is going to be available to buy. I will find a way to buy this if it is. I swear to God, I will find a way to buy this. Please. Holy hell. That is beautiful. It is goddamn beautiful. It really is. It is goddamn beautiful. Okay, so Lego has this neat little thing where you can create a Lego set, you can submit the Lego set. If it gets 10,000 votes, it goes into contention to become a potential Lego set, an official Lego set. Now, I reported on this before because I talked about the Voltron one, where we weren't sure if Voltron was going to make it or not, because that thing, first off, it got the votes. It got the votes in a heartbeat. And we weren't sure if it was going to make it or not, because when the list of the ones that were approved came out, Voltron wasn't on it. But then there was like an asterisk. It's like, special announcement coming. And then they're like, we really had to think about it. We had to go through, make sure everything was okay. Voltron made it in. Well, while Voltron made it in, and honestly didn't look too bad, Hyrule didn't, unfortunately. So Lego passed on this. And honestly, the only main thing I could think of why they passed on this is probably, and I'm going to say it this way, and I know somebody out there is going to say that can't be it, but I'm pretty sure it probably is. The main reason why they passed on this is probably Nintendo's beeping lawyers. Because when it comes to any property that is owned by Nintendo, their lawyers have a death grip on that thing like a giant holding on to a stuffed bear. They are never going to let it go. And if it's even touched or looked at the wrong way, they're on their ass. Yeah. So the Lego Ideas platform is pretty cool in that it lets fans make their own designs to be voted on by others to make it to the next stage. If an idea gets 10,000 votes from members of the community, and then judges need to select the winner. After that is the licensing go-ahead, which might have been one of the key hurdles for a new Legend of Zelda set that had a lot of promise. And the kicker is that if this sells, you actually get like 1% of whatever, like 1% of what it sells for, which actually isn't too bad. Like you get like, I think it's like 1%. Because I thought about this a couple years ago. I'm like, hey, this would be really cool. Come up with a Lego set, put up the Lego, put it up for votes, see if it gets any votes, and see if it gets made. I'm like, that'd be really cool. I can, make my own Lego set, and I could be like, yeah, look, I made this. I designed this, and it won. I never followed through on it, though, but, I mean, it's an idea. The design came from Artrum, I'm going to mispronounce this, and I do apologize, Beziva, I guess, who put together a really detailed Hyrule Castle and earned the 10,000 votes in the process. Whether it didn't pass the muster for the judges, which I doubt highly, or Nintendo didn't approve the licensing, that's where I'm going with, is anyone's guess. I don't see this not making it with the judges, because Lego has Mario. And I'm getting the feeling with this that it's more Nintendo said no, and then hell no at the top of their lungs, because look at the nightmare that was that Mario set. That thing is like a massive undertaking. And here you just have a basic... This is like the Knight set from Lego. And it's just, oh, it's Hyrule, just have to change, like, make a couple different characters, and yeah, this would be a really cool idea. Make a couple other molds, like for the Master Sword, the Master Shield, the Triforce. Unfortunately, I'm going to go with Nintendo probably put their foot down and said hell to the no. So, it's definitely a good... that's my safe bet, to be honest here with you. I don't think the judges would have passed on this. I think the judges probably looked at this and said, hey, this will sell. Because I guarantee you the judges were looking at this like, okay, playability, this would be a good playability. Does it have, the appeal that anybody can play it? Is it going to be easy for, like, the younger ones to put together? Is this, like, definitely, like, a family project? Which, if it's a family project... That's even better, because Lego is one of those companies that they really like the whole family, bonding together with the whole Lego thing aspect. I mean, hell, it's still in the damn family, for God's sake. If you've ever seen the story of Lego, you know how this thing is gone, how it has evolved over time. But yeah, holy hell. This would be impressive, though. But I'm willing to bet good money that Nintendo shoved their foot down and said, hell no, not happening. Considering that Nintendo has its own LEGO license and tie-in sets, it wouldn't be surprising if it were the reason behind the fact that we won't see this set get made. Honestly, that's where I'm going with this. Because Nintendo probably put their foot down and said, look, we don't like how you handled the Mario thing. It's not going that well. We still have the licensing, though. It's selling, but... we're not gonna approve this. No, we're not approving this. Not happening. But it's too bad, though, because not only did the creator design an awesome Hyrule Castle, he even made it so that it would transform after Ganon took over in Ocarina of Time. You can see some samples in the pictures below. So you have, like, the Temple of Time, you have the, where the Master Sword is, the Triforce, you have the shields, and then you have Ganon's castle. It's synchronous tower rotation mechanism turns Hyrule Castle into the evil Ganondorf's lair in one move. So that could have also possibly been a reason, but that would be more or less impressive if Lego could pull that off, showing like, here, this is how you can build this. Whoosh, instantly turns and switches on a dime, which really wouldn't be that difficult. I think it was more, like I said, Nintendo shoved their foot down and said no. But other concepts, though, that were recently passed on in the latest round of LEGO ideas included sets based on Animal Crossing, Metroid, and Among Us. Now, Among Us was one that a lot of people were discussing online, and their assumption as to why that got denied was because death, blood, no, I can understand that. Metroid... again, I think Nintendo probably had a lot to do with Animal Crossing and Metroid. Probably like no and no. Animal Crossing, I think, would have been really good because that's basically nothing. That's basically already in Lego's wheelhouse, to be honest with you. And Metroid, I could see Metroid possibly having issues, but like I said, Nintendo probably stuck their foot down and said no, 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 no. So I think it's safe to say any Nintendo property... don't try making a set for it, because it's not going to get okayed. Unless Nintendo themselves are doing it, I don't think it's going to get okayed. Because Nintendo will look at that and go, no, we didn't come up with it. No, no, no. Because they want to take the credit for it. And in all honesty, a prime example, like I said, is look at how they handled the Mario set. The Mario set, it's like a nightmare in a way. But it's that video game one. But the thing is, though, is that while this would have been cool, I can understand Nintendo shoving their hand in the air and saying no and putting their foot down and going no. Because at the end of the day, Nintendo does not like unsolicited ideas, and they don't like other people profiting from their ideas. So, like, if Nintendo owns a game and they own the rights to the game, don't expect that you're going to upend, get the game, and get, like, a set made for it. Because they're going to go, no, no, no. Because to them, all you've done is you've taken something that was cool, that they own, and you're profiting from it. They don't like that. They hate that. Because you took their idea, you're making money, that's copyright in their eyes. But that's honestly where I see Nintendo probably saying, no, we're not giving you the license for this, you can kiss right off. And that was the end of that. Because they're like, no, this is our property. We can let you have Mario because Mario's a massive thing. We can let that can take a couple hits in case this didn't work out. This is Zelda, okay? We're not letting anybody touch Zelda but us. We had that CDI abomination back in like the early era of video games. We're not letting anybody else touch Zelda. It is ours. And that's honestly what I feel like happened here with this. Is that they're just like, nope, it's ours, don't touch it. That's the end of it. But yeah, that's honestly what I think happened. All right, everybody, that's going to do it then this week for the Absolutely Completely Random podcast. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, hanging out with me for the last hour or so. Thank you all. Don't forget, like I said, we now have Patreon. That's right, we now have Patreon here. That's patreon.com/webdesigner18. Come check us out on Patreon. We also have the Ko-fi up yet. So there is that. New videos are dropping. The rant video for Lightyear's out. I'm going to try to get the rant video for the Loot Crate Megatron out. That's an interesting one. If you haven't seen what that is yet, that'll really hurt you. But yeah, so check it out. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. Ring that notification bell so you can be made aware of when new videos drop right here on the channel. And until next time, everybody, I'm Andrew Rhodes. Thank you all for being here. Thank you for submitting your questions for the Q&A this month. Looking forward to next time. Until then, folks, I'm Andrew. I'm out of here. Have a good one, folks. Happy Halloween, and enjoy your trick-or-treating if you're going. Enjoy your parties if you're going. If not, that's fine. But either way, thanks everybody for being here, and until next time, bye!